now it's going.
Alright. We are starting up. It's 12:33, February 17th.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
You can go ahead and start because you are working on your private pilot. So, goes on. Mixer's throttle set. Primer is 3 pumps. Carb heat is in.
Find the lock. There it is.
All right.
Primer's locked.
Master on.
Rich. Master on.
Beacon on.
Beacon's on. There's clear.
Clear. Throttle's 1,000. Oil pressure's coming up. Avionics on. on a short field takeoff, we're going to simulate that we are departing a short field. Okay, we're going to rotate the same, but we're going to be climbing out at our VX speed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to review those just to make sure we have them nailed down. And current in our head, right? Rotation 55, and then best angle is 59. So we're going to do 59 up to our 50-foot obstacle. Okay.
All right.
And then once we're past our 50-foot obstacle, we'll go ahead and clean up the airplane and start accelerating. Okay.
Sounds good.
And I think he's doing a full stop as well. Taxi back, so we should have a clear runway in a moment.
All right.
Alright, before takeoff, we'll do fuel trim. Flaps, we're going to set to 10 degrees. Mixture's in, carb heat is in, throttle is set, lights are set. Mags and primer are set.
Auburn traffic 5 Romeo Alpha, cleared taxiway Alpha, taxi back 25, Auburn.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 628 Foxtrot departing runway 25, left close pattern, Auburn. We're going to go all the way over here to the beginning of the runway. We're going to simulate that this is the start, and we're going to use all available runway to us. Okay, we're going to center up on the runway. Nose is straight, right? Power's coming in. They're 2,000. Note the gauges. Everything looks like it's in the green. All right, power's coming in, and we are rolling. Okay, gauges in the green. Airspeed is coming alive. We're looking for a rotation of 55. There's 50, 55, rotate, and we're climbing out at VX, which is right there at 59. Nailing it, looking good, staying coordinated, and a little bit of a bump there. We're gonna clear our 50-foot obstacle. Nose is kind of dropping back down. Flaps are coming back up. And you can feel the airplane getting drift down, so we know it's definitely from the north there. All right, we're going to do a noise abatement procedure. We're going to fly
80 Fox 5 Romeo Alpha.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just looking at the winds, are you up for a runway change?
We just got one landing, and then we're departing the area, so we got just one more, we'll be out of here.
Okay, no worries. We'll probably do one more, and maybe just let you do your landing, maybe do a mid-pattern change.
Roger that. All right, looking left. Looks good.
Clear.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 628 Foxtrot, turn left crosswind, runway 25. All right, we're coming up onto our 2,500 feet. Bring the throttle back to 2,000. Now let's listen to that once again. See if he's seen something worse. But it looks like
0 degrees straight out. Avoid turns prior to I-80 or 2,500 MSL. Close traffic comply with AIM procedures. Minimum power while observing safe aircraft operation.
Do you see which way the wind T is going?
Auburn Municipal
Looks
Airport.
like it's favoring
Automated
7.
weather
Yeah.
observation 2055 Zulu. Wind 020 at 8 knots. Peak gusts 15 knots.
020 so they are
Wind
facing.
variable.
Romeo Alpha, 80 Foxtrot, we'll, after you depart, we'll cross over and enter the downwind for runway 7.
That sounds great. We're going to take off, and we'll go midfield downwind, runway 25, and then cross midfield to enter a left downwind of 7. So we'll make it work. We'll dance.
Sounds good. 80 Foxtrot. All right, So what we're going to do is we're going to switch runways.
Auburn
We're going to land on
traffic,
runway 7.
295 Romeo Alpha departing 25.
We got that guy in sight over there, and then we will be doing our short field landing on runway 7. Okay. That way we're landing into the wind. 7 also has a little bit of an uphill slope as well, so that will help us out. We're going to land on the 1,000 footers. Okay. So our aiming point is actually going to be before that. Okay. So we'll probably aim for that third stripe there, a couple hundred feet beforehand. Okay. We're going to have full flaps in. We're going to be coming in about 60 knots, a little bit slower. Winds are a bit windy and gusty, so if we do end up hitting an updraft or something that bubbles us up, okay, we're going to add power and we're going to do a go around, okay? Jiminy Christmas. Auburn traffic, Cessna 6280 Foxtrot, turning left downwind runway 7. Auburn. Alright, let me know when you see that,
Let me see,
I got him. He's upwind, turn
You got
cross
him? Oh yeah, I got him too.
Alright, so we're going to do a pre-landing, so fuel's on, mixture set, carpet we'll do in a moment. I got a wheel, you got a wheel.
Got a wheel.
Alright, lights and the switches, looking good. Alright, we're coming up abeam our landing point, so power's coming back to 15 with, we'll go ahead and do our throttle, our carpet looking good.
Traffic,
We're below the V
Alpha, left down
flap speed, we'll do a notch of flaps. And just because we're going to be fighting the winds a little bit, I'm going to extend our downwind a little bit so I have a little bit more time on final. That way I can actually feel a little bit more what the winds are doing.
Auburn traffic, 295 Romeo Alpha, crossing midfield northbound, 2,700 feet.
And with the wind kind of pushing us, I'm turning a little bit more to the right so we still track a nice parallel course. That way we don't get blown into our final. Auburn traffic, Cessna 6280 Foxtrot, turn in left base runway 7, full stop. On about a 90-degree course on our base. Now on this turn, we're actually going to have to turn more than 90 degrees. We'll probably turn 100 degrees or so. That way we turn a little bit into the wind and we don't get blown off center line.
Traffic,
and we'll start our turn a little bit earlier as well.
Downwind for 07, Auburn.
Auburn traffic, 80 Foxtrot, turn in final 7, Auburn. Alright, so we want to be tracking center line. That looks decent. Winds are 020. They had a little bit of a gust factor on them as well. I believe a 4 or 5, 8 knots addition.
Auburn Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 205 Zulu. Wind variable at 6 knots. Peak gusts 15 knots. Visibility more than.
Alright, so we're actually going to come in a little bit faster because of the gusts.
Auburn traffic, 295 Romeo Alpha, turning left base 07.
Alright, we're tracking center line, looking for that stripe. Kind of floating a little bit with these winds. Throttle's idle. And there's the 1,000 footers. We're simulated max braking. Flaps are coming up. And we are stopping on center line.
Alpha, turning final 07, Auburn.
Alright, so we'll get off on Charlie here. We have done short field, we'll clear. Auburn, traffic 80 Foxtrot, clear, runway 7, taxi back 7, Auburn. Alright, let's go ahead and verify that we're all cleaned up. So fuel's on both, mixture is set, flaps are up, throttle set, carb heat's in, lights are set, mags primer are all looking good.
Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 330 Quebec is 5 miles to the west. Going to swing around to the north and then to the left 45 for 7. Auburn.
Alright, everything's looking good. Any questions on that?
Nope. So we got a normal takeoff for the Folsom practice area.
Okay. I wonder how it is landing. I've never flown the DU-42s.
Yeah.
Having those little wheels on there.
Yeah. Look like mosquitoes.
They do. Alright, so we're doing the normal takeoff?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Flaps are up, mixture set, carb heat's in. Lights are set, fuels on both, trim is set. We're ready for a normal takeoff.
Alright.
We're going to review this noise abatement procedure before we depart and head to the south. Alright, we're going to track 070, avoiding turns prior to I-80 or 2,500 feet. Perfect. Alright, he is clear. Auburn traffic, Cessna 6280 Foxtrot, departing runway 25. Will be a southbound departure after noise abatement. Auburn. Alright, that one guy was kind of far out when he's coming in, so he's no factor. Base final, look clear. Alright. Windsock is showing a pretty good crosswind, okay, so we're going to have that correction in there. Ailerons stay on center line, rudder, make sure the nose goes straight. Power's coming in. Gauges are in the green, airspeed's coming alive. Waiting for. There's 55, 60. Boom. We're going to pop off the ground. Stay center line. Go with these bumps. We're going to run out at 80. I just like bumpy air. It should be smooth.
I agree.
Alright. Positive rate. We are geared up and cleaned up. Well, not geared up, but doing what we can.
Yep.
Alright, and as we're doing this constant airspeed climb, we're trying to just maintain that 80. And as we're climbing, we're looking outside. And if we're getting a little slow, we're going to look at our visual reference here and drop the nose a little bit. If we start getting a little fast, we're going to look at this visual reference, kind of shrink it up a little bit. And then we'll glance inside and see what our current picture gives us. Okay?
All right.
Alright, there is 2,500 feet. So we'll go ahead and start our departure to the south. And we'll try going up a little bit higher. We'll go up to like 55. See if we can get some smooth air.
All right.
Auburn traffic, Twin Diamond 295 Romeo Alpha, departing 07, remaining in the pattern. Auburn.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 620 Foxtrot is off of runway 7, 3,000 feet over I-80, departing to the south. Auburn. Alright, let's go ahead and switch.
First radar contact.
We'll get some flight following as we do our thing.
And good afternoon, approach Sierra 803 Delta Bravo, level 5.5, looking for a descent.
Number 803 Delta Bravo, NorCal approach, direct your descent, your discussion.
5003 Delta Bravo, thank you.
NorCal Cessna 6280 Foxtrot request.
Number 6280 Foxtrot, NorCal approach, Sacramento altimeter 3019er, go ahead.
3019er, we're at Cessna 172, just departed Auburn about 3 miles to south, 4,000 feet. looking for some VFR flight maneuvers over Folsom Lake at 5,500.
Skyhawk 80 Foxtrot, squad 0314.
Zero, 3, 3, 1,
Southwest 3313, contact approach 123.7, good day.
137, Southwest 3313, so long.
Coast Guard 2706, contact approach 125.1, good day.
125.1, Coast Guard 2706, so long.
there's 4,500 feet.
Skyhawk 80 Foxtrot, radar contact 3 miles south Auburn Airport, say altitude Sacramento altimeter 3019er.
4,500, climbing 5,500, Cessna 6280 Foxtrot. Alright, I see Mount Diablo. We'll use that as one of our reference points for a bit. So as we're climbing up, let's go ahead and do some clearing turns. We'll go ahead and check the right first. Right, looks clear. We'll go ahead and start the turn to the right. And make sure if you see traffic, point it out, give it a call, high, low, and a clock direction as well.
Roger.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock,
Roger.
3 o'clock rock. Alright, there's the west. Everything's looking good. Alright, we'll wing up. And then go back. And it's still bumpy up here.
Yep.
Alright. We'll get the oxygen masks up and we'll go to flight level 250.
Roger.
Just to see if it's smoother up there instead. Alright, so what we're going to do first is we're going to do steep turns. We're going to bring the throttle back to 2,000 and get it trimmed out here for cruise. We're going to point at Mount Diablo. Cruise, power mixture, HSI, compass. Let's go ahead and make sure that's set. Looks about 200 for you.
Yep.
Alright, it's about a smidgen, so we'll adjust that. Alright, so we're getting some pretty good updrafts and downdrafts just by magic. So if we do get bumped up or drop down, we're going to fight like heck to maintain our altitude and airspeed and do what we need to for our maneuver. Okay?
Roger.
So we are currently about a 200 heading towards Mount Diablo. We're going to start 5,500 and we're going to slow down just a little bit more so keep it near that 100 knot mark. That way we're below our VA by a good margin. And we'll start our maneuver. We'll start our turn to the right. Once we get back down to altitude. Come on.
And NorCal Lake 03 Delta Bravo, we have the airport.
Alright, we're clear on traffic here. We're clear by the radio.
3 Delta Bravo, Roger.
Right turn coming in.
That's in the pattern at Lincoln. Squawk
Alright, so we're rolling.
Frequency approved. Good day.
Adding a smidgen of power. I'm going to give myself a little trim to help me out.
329,
we're looking for a 45-degree bank.
Good day.
There's about 45 degrees. We're maintaining 4,500 feet. And what we're doing is we're basically dragging that horizon right along the cowl there, okay? Now, as we're doing that as our primary, we're looking inside and we're seeing what that gives us, okay? Looks like we're getting a pretty good altitude hold and vertical speed, so we're just going to keep it right where we're at, right? We're passing to the south pretty soon where Folsom Lake is, so we know our Mount Diablo is going to be coming up, okay? So Mount Diablo is coming up. We're rolling, we're pointing at it, we're heading 200, we're at 4,500 feet again. We're going to look to the left, Now we're going to start rolling to the left, okay? As we roll, our sight picture is going to be a little bit different. You're on the bottom side of the turn and I'm on the upside of the turn right now. So as we roll into this turn, we're going to get readjusted to our new sight picture. Where's the horizon? All right, there's our 45. And right here I get about 1.5 inches above the cowl as my sight picture. And that looks like it's giving us a little bit of what we want, where we're maintaining pretty darn close, even with the bumps.
Good afternoon, NorCal approach. Satavria
airspeed's looking good, altitude's looking good. I'm going to bring up that nose a little bit since we dipped below. Okay, keep that 45 degrees of bank in there. Looking good on our altitude. Here's our 200 coming up again.
And we'd like to pick up flight following.
There we go, 200, throttle's coming back.
Victor, Charlie,
and
Bravo.
We're at 4,500 feet on airspeed, on altitude. Everything's looking good. All right, we'll
Charlie
move on to the
Hotel
next maneuver. There's steep
Bravo,
turns.
equipment codes go.
Next
Slow
one is
flight.
slow flight. We'll keep the current heading, keep the current altitude, and we're gonna do
November
this
2
slow,
Sierra, thank
not
you.
low, but
4532.
slow.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring the power back to 15,
4532, 2 Sierra Golf.
and we're gonna be patient. Okay, we're gonna hold heading, hold altitude. We're gonna be trimming it out and help us out, and we're gonna maintain heading and altitude. And we're gonna let the airspeed bleed off. Okay, as we're bleeding off, we're gonna eventually get in our full flaps. There's a notch. We're below speed. Let's go ahead and go full flaps. Okay, a little bit more right rudder in there. We're a little slow. We want to be right above that stall horn, so probably about 50. Okay, we are in that region of reverse command. Okay, where we're going to be pitching for airspeed and powering for altitude. Okay, so I'm going to pitch right there. So it sounded like just above 50 gave us a good speed. So I'm going to hold it right there, and I'm going to set that power for
November 2 Sierra Golf radar.
probably about
contact.
19 or so. I think will give us a good altitude.
2 Sierra Golf.
All right, so we're trimming it out. There's 52 knots, 50 right above there. And looks like that 19 is giving me still a little bit of a climb. So I'm going to bring that power back a little bit. We'll try 18. The goal is here to keep it perfect. Aim small, miss small, okay? So we're looking for airspeed, looking for altitude, and we're still a little bit of a climb. I'm going to bring that power back a little bit more, okay? We're bringing it back to 15. Because I know 15 should give us a drop, okay? So we're still pitching for airspeed, powering for altitude. We're getting that altitude in check. Letting us settle down. We are in no hurry. Okay, looking for slow flight. Alright, so we're coming up to our altitude. We'll go ahead and make a turn as well, alright? Let's go ahead and turn heading 150. So as we do this turn, okay, we're still pitching for airspeed, powering for altitude. We're capturing our altitude now, so I'm going to add a little bit more power in there. And we're going to do slow turn, almost like just a straight pirouette, okay? We're still pitching for airspeed, powering for altitude, and we're rolling. We're in slow flight, we're in no hurry, we're going slow, okay? So there's 150 heading. We're on airspeed, we're on altitude, everything's looking good. All right. And we'll call that end of the maneuver. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and clean it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add power. I'm going to maintain my 150 heading. I'm going to maintain that 5,500 altitude, and I'm going to do a notch of flaps. Okay, I'm going to let that airspeed start creeping up on us. Okay, and we'll go full flaps. Okay, flaps are all the way up. We're at 5,500 feet, heading 150, and we're letting that airspeed come back up. All right, so there was slow flight. We'll bring the power back to our 2,000 and pull the mixture back a little bit and move on to the next one. Next one is...
All right, let's see a power off stall.
Power off stall. I do see traffic below us at 2,000 feet.
Got him in sight, no factor.
No factor. Okay, we're going to turn a little bit to the east here, and then we'll end up turning back to the south towards that mountain range as we do just a little bit more clearing here. Okay, so a power off stall is a stall in a landing configuration. Okay, so we're going to try and do this just like we were landing. Okay, we're going to do this straight ahead. We're not going to do any turns in this scenario.
We're experiencing some slight turbulence here at our current altitude.
November 2 Sierra Golf, Roger, thanks for the report.
Alright, so throttle's at 15, gas, undercarriage, mixtures, props, switches. We're going to leave our lights on, and this is like we're being our landing point like we did on our landing. So throttle 15, first notch of flaps, pitch for 75, looking good. Alright, next notch of flaps, 70, and then we're full flaps. Head in. Right at that mountain range, which happens to be about 130 here, okay? We're looking for 60, 65, just like we would be on approach. And I'm a little bit slow, so I'm going to relax that nose, get back up to that 65. Okay. So we're nearing our approach power speed. We got a little bit more than 500 feet per minute descent. This looks like a normal approach to landing. Okay. So what we're going to do is when we get to 5,200, I'm going to pull the throttle to idle. Okay. And we are going to hold altitude like we are increasing our glide or a flare, or we're flaring too high. We start to hear that horn. We're getting a little bit of a buffet. And yoke's all the way back. There's the drop. So our power's coming in. We're cramming. Okay. Nose comes back up to the horizon. Okay. Everything's in. Right rudder's in. We're going to bring our flaps to approach. Okay. And we're going to let it accelerate. We're showing a positive climb here. And then flaps can come all the way up. Okay. As we are climbing, we're going to then, I'm going to relax the nose a little bit so that way I know we have a good positive climb. We're going to start accelerating to our VY speed while maintaining our heading and our climb. And what's our next maneuver?
All right, you just lost your engine.
All right, so since we're here, we'll go ahead and bring the throttle back to idle. Actually, we'll level off here at 52, and we'll confirm that maneuver is done. All right, so we're level off, we're cruised off, okay? Now we're going to do simulated engine out, okay? So I'm going to bring the throttle back to idle. We have quite a bit of altitude, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do our ABCs. A, airspeed. We're looking for about 79, just under 80, okay? B, best place to land. I got no airports. I do have some golf courses over here, which would be decent, okay? But I have a lake bed over here, and it's away from people, okay? So we're gonna pick that one, okay? In another real life scenario, maybe we choose one of these grassy fields over here for a little bit better spot. But this one's farther away from people, so I'm gonna start maneuvering that way, okay? So A, B, best place to land. And we're going to do emergency checklist, okay? So we're going to do a flow first, fuel's on, mixture is in, carb heat is on, switches. We're going to check our mags, make sure our primer's in and locked, okay? We can switch left and right. Can't really do much of anything, okay? We know the winds are kind of from the north, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of pirouette right here into the downwind that we're kind of landing into the wind here, okay? All right, we can also change our squawk code. Declare an emergency with NorCal. Let them know. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Cessna 680 Foxtrot, red and white Cessna 172. 2 souls on board. Engine out, landing, west end, Folsom Lake. Send help. All right, let's go ahead and verify. Since we have time, everything's looking good. We're still going where we need to. Power loss, boom, 65. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we did our that. No start. We did maintain when we squawked. We declared emergency. We would turn off the fuel selector and mags and master when we go to land, as well as unlock the doors. Okay.
NorCal Cessna 759 Romeo November.
So until then, we are going to get all over our landing, which we're not really cruising very much. You can see our ground speed is only 70 knots.
Right. 759 Romeo November, 182 slant golf, 2 miles south of Camer. Would like to do practice approach into Mather, ILS runway 22 left.
And we're pretty much right over our runway that we want. Okay. We could do left turns or we could do right turns. I'm going to do a right turn. That way I can keep the runway in on my side and I can have a little bit better visual. Okay. So right looks clear. And just because it's been idle for a little bit, I'm just going to give it a bump of throttle, make sure engine still is working and it's warm and we're not having an issue, okay? As we're going through this circle,
November, radar contact at Camer, join the runway 22
I'm
left,
checking the area, looking for rocks, trees, fence posts, whatever, potholes, anything that might be of a danger, okay? I do see that there's a parking lot nearby. So there's some people, they'll help us out.
Runway 22 left approach.
Cleared for 22 left.
And
Romeo November.
We are going to call off at probably about 1,000 feet or so. I'm going to extend this downwind so that way we can turn base and final. Right now we're at 2,500 feet. Field elevation here is about the field is about 500 feet. So right about 1,500 feet is kind of where it's going to be at. So we'll go ahead and start this base turn. We know we have a pretty strong headwind component, right?
Yep.
So we are going to want to make sure that we are going to make it. Because if we need to add flaps and get down lower, we can do that. We can't gain altitude, but we can definitely lose altitude.
We do have Lima, and we will return to this frequency on the mist. 9 Romeo November.
Alright, so I see a smooth patch kind of right there, so I'm going to aim for that.
16, executing the
I'm going to do first notch of flaps.
016, North Cal approach, radar contact 7 miles southwest.
And if need be, if we need to lose altitude, say we could do some S turns. Okay, so turn here to the left, turn to the right, that way we're bleeding off our airspeed and our altitude. Okay, and we're not. That way we know we're going to make it. Okay, if we're too high or something.
Turn left direct, maintain 5,000.
We're below speed, so we can go full flaps.
Clear direct, left turn, 5,000.
And we're going to come on in. All right, so there's our 1,000 feet. So we're going to have, we can make that nice, safe, and sound. Okay, no problem there. So I'm going to add car peak coming in.
16 advice, low minute weather at Jackson Westover. And
throttle's coming in, nice and smooth.
Okay, we'll go over.
I'm going to take out some of this trim. Flaps up, and I'm going to make sure full power is in. We're climbing, positive rate. Flaps are coming all the way up, and we're going up to 80. We're going to climb up to 1,500 feet. Okay.
Hit.
All right, I'm going to give you the flight controls.
All right.
And we're going to do turns around a point. Okay.
All right.
You have flight controls?
Yep, I have flight controls. All right, 1,500.
Yeah, about there. That's about 1,000 feet.
Romeo, November,
and for these, we won't be anywhere 600, 800. We're going to do a little bit of a buffer today because of the winds and whatnot. So we know the winds are this direction. So let's actually see that island over there. Let's go use that. That's away from everyone.
All right.
And you'll get a little bit of a feel for the airplane as we start flying. Now we know the winds from the kind of like the northwest.
Right.
Right. So we are actually getting a pretty good. We'll get a good tailwind coming in here. Okay. Yep. And we always want to enter with the wind. Okay. Right. So we can pick an island or a peninsula or that floating barge or whatever you want. Okay. We're going to be about a quarter mile away from it. And as we do our turn, like we briefed in the lesson, you try and remain that constant radius turn around it. Okay.
Let's do this little small bit of island right here.
Okay.
About that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. So we'll come off, and I'll go and enter on the downwind. So that's about a 30-degree turn here, and I'll do that right as I'm abeam with my wing.
Approach Spinner 16 back with you with destination weather.
Spinner 16, Roger.
All right, I'm abeam my point here.
Final search course.
180, vector Spinner 16.
All right, now we're entering the bottom end of the turn, right? So expect the wind to kind of push and blow you around, okay? Yep. It's okay to kind of be in a weird orientation to the island. We just are looking for that constant ground track around it, okay?
Right.
But looking good. Lakes looks really low, and that doesn't look good, but your turns look good. All right, and as we start to do this turn, we're going to go into the wind, okay? So you're going to need actually less wind correction. Transitioning inside and outside, looking at your speed and altitude, all those are looking good.
Approach, good afternoon, Quest 72 is with you, passing through 10,000 feet for 5, and with information, Lima.
Quest 72 Heavy, NorCal approach, Roger, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000, Quest 72, altimeter 3013.
This is terrible.
Quest 72 Heavy,
now the danger is the end right here because you're going to start your turn, you want to finish the maneuver, but the wind's blowing.
Right.
So really focus on your track right now, that way it doesn't blow you in. Everyone has a tendency to finish this last part fast. They want to get the maneuver done and it just blows them right into it. All right. All right, there is that turnaround point. That looks like the end of the private pilot. It's currently 1325.
All right.
Okay. let's confirm our lights or our videos are doing good.
All right.
And then
your controls.
my controls.
All right, that one's good.
And then we'll move on to the Rusty Pilot, okay?
All right.
So first thing of the Rusty Pilot.
That's still good? Yep.
All right. First thing of the Rusty Pilot was a climb, constant airspeed climb, which we kind of did on the private pilot one, but we'll do this one again. We're going to head to the north. And we're going to make some pitch adjustments to pitch at different airspeeds and see what type of climb we're getting. So we're full power, we're clean, we're on our northbound heading, we have a good visual reference up here. Okay, we're pitching for 80 knots, okay? So in at 80 knots, okay, we see, for me, at my side picture, the cowling is just kissing the top of the horizon, okay? So I can just look outside and I know exactly kind of what I'm getting in here, okay? So it looks like at this altitude, just under 80 knots, we're getting almost 1,000 feet.
Right turn
okay?
at 130.
We're going to then, I'm going to climb out at 90 knots. So I'm going to change my sight picture. I'm going to need a little bit more shallow of a pitch angle. Okay, so I'm going to drop the nose a little bit. Maybe I'll put an inch of horizon on the dash or so.
From Quest 72, we'll be VFR with tower at Mather, and then we'll be looking to pick up our VFR in about an hour back to Travis Air Force Base with flight following.
All right, so there's 90. Nice and stabilized on our northbound heading. And our view size, again, showing about almost 1,000 feet. Okay. Now, we're going to change our pitch, and I'm going to go up to 70. Okay. Now, with this, we're going to get an initial change. We're trading a bunch of airspeed for altitude.
8 miles from Yoshi, turn right, heading 190.
So we're actually
maintain 3,200
on the view side, but we got a pretty good climb rate for there for a minute as we were making that energy change.
Turn at 190, maintain 3,200.
So now we're pitching at 70.
Runway 22 left.
We're at north.
Approach Quest 72. And do you have current winds at Mather?
Quest 72 have the affirmative current. Well, I have the ATIS winds. ATIS winds are 33018, gusting 24. Mather Tower, I'll have an update for you.
Ooh. Okay, thanks a bunch. 72.
All right.
Approach 125.1. Good day.
That's going up. Okay, there's 3,500 feet. We'll level off here at 3,500 feet. Plenty of altitude for our maneuvers. And we'll do a clearing turn. Okay, we'll look to the left. Left looks clear. And we'll bring throttle to 2,000 and start that left turn. All right, so right now we're at 3,000 feet AGL. We need to be able to recover. Plenty enough time for the ground, okay? Now I'm going to continue this turn around, and then we're going to pull it back towards the northeast, kind of by the Sutter Buttes, okay? Everything's looking good. We do have this guy. You see this 400 feet above us? We're going to turn to the...
72, Mather Tower says there's about a 25 knots crosswind. They'll have more between. Contact Mather Tower now 120.65. See ya.
72 copies, we're switching tower 12065. Yep.
All right, 25 knot crosswind over at McClellan.
1.6, climbing 900,000.
Air Transport 3275 Heavy, North Tower.
All right, so let's get set up again. We gained a little bit of altitude in those clearing turns, so we're going to set back down to 35, and we're going to do a power on stall. Power on stall is a stall in a takeoff configuration, so we're going to do basically our pre-takeoff. So fuel is set, mixture set, carb heat is set, throttle is set. Lights are on. That guy's over there. He might be the guy that's doing that approach.
Yep.
Is he a big gorilla over there?
He is. I got him in sight. It's like DC-10 or something.
Yeah. All right, and then we're going to do full throttle, and we're going to pitch to induce the stall. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we're on this about a 300 heading towards the Sutter Buttes. There's 3,500 feet. And we're going to slow
heavy contact approach
to about 10 knots above rotation, which is 55, which would be 10 knots above would be 65. All right, so there's 60, 65. Power's coming in. Right, we're full power. We're pitching up to induce stall. There's 10 degrees nose up. Our airspeed should be decreasing. We're looking for coordination and still maintaining the 300 heading, and that'll be with our rudders. We don't want to change too much with our ailerons. There's our horn. We're warning, we're about to stall. Starting to feel some buffet. And there's the drop, so we'll decrease angle of attack. We'll bring it up to the horizon on our 300 and our visual waypoint. Okay, we're climbing. We have a positive rated climb. We're going to verify everything's cleaned up and set. Okay, we're up, we're climbing. We're going to then accelerate to our VY and climb, normal climb, up to 4,000. And as we do that, we'll go ahead and make sure we're on our heading and altitude. Or we'll capture 4,000 and bring that throttle back to 2,000. All right, next is unusual attitudes. I'm going to have you do the unusual attitude.
All right.
And I'm going to coach you through it, okay?
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is I'm
Niner Romeo
going to put you in unusual attitude. Say recover. And then I want you to look up and recover.
I'll put my head down.
Big thing is if we are accelerating nose down, most important thing is to slow down. So we're going to bring the throttle back and then bring the nose up and then level it off, okay? If we are nose up, the greatest danger is a stall, so we're going to bring that nose down, okay? And then start adding the power, okay? Actually, I'm going to have you do the flying, so just go ahead and close your eyes.
Okay.
And hands on the controls.
All right.
Okay. And do what you feel is a left turn, eyes closed.
Okay.
Traffic inside.
And you're supposed to do a left turn.
November, Niner Romeo, November, Roger. Maintain VFR altitude at your discretion. Use caution. Looks like they're orbiting in that area. Climbing north and south.
All right, we'll go ahead and level off.
Okay, we'll keep them in sight. Niner Romeo, November.
Niner Romeo, November. Additional traffic at 11 o'clock.
All right, you're too good at this. All right, put your head down. I'm going to put you in usual attitude, then I'll say recover.
Looking for the other traffic.
All right, we'll just go up. All right, go ahead and recover.
All right.
So nose down.
Approach stationary 860 kilo.
All right. Pretty good. We were accelerating there.
Oh, yeah.
You did good of bringing level before you pulled up, okay? We need to get that throttle back so we don't over-accelerate, especially if we have our flaps out or something like that. It could speed past our flap setting. Okay?
All right.
All right, go and close your eyes, head down.
All right.
Niner Romeo, November. Traffic 12 o'clock, less than a mile. Altitude.
Sure is bumpy out here today.
Yep.
Still looking, Niner Romeo, November.
All right, and recover.
60 kilo radar contact, half mile northwest of McClellan, altimeter at 3018, altitude leaving, climbing 2.
Given 14 for 55.
Roger. For Niner Romeo, November. Traffic,
all right, that was good.
Without the
you dropped the nose down, and you started adding power. Then you brought the wings to level.
Niner Romeo, November.
And you got the trimmed out. Very nice. Okay, good job.
All right.
All right, what is next?
Direct McClellan, no flap landing, the slip.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll go over to McClellan. NorCal Cessna 6280 Foxtrot. We're going to head towards McClellan for a quick landing in the back to you.
220 Foxtrot, Roger. Squawk VFR, change to advisory, frequency approved.
Squawking VFR, change it to advisory, 80 Foxtrot. All right, VFR, we're going to go 2297.
Number 6 Sierra Kilo, remain at or below 2,500 till advised for departure traffic out of Sacramento, climbing eastbound.
We'll probably end up landing on 33 for a no flap landing touch and go. Okay, I'm going to keep the power there.
Right, sir. No plan on number 217.
Let's go get the weather.
Observation 213 for Zulu. Wind 300 at 17 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions clear below 12,000. Temperature 15 Celsius. Dew point -2 Celsius. Altimeter 3.
Did you 3020?
Yes.
Okay.
And I heard
all right,
300 at 17.
Yep. So set the OBS for the wind direction. We're going to be landing on runway 34, so it's about 40 degrees, a little bit of a crosswind. Okay. We're going to get below the Charlie airspace is at 1,600 feet, so we're only going to cross the field at 1,500 feet. We're going to cross the field midfield at 15, and make a left downwind run for runway 34. We'll be doing a no flap landing for a touch and go. We will do a slip as well. So we're gonna step on the rudder. We're gonna put that tail on the inside of our turn, so it's a slip, not a skid, which would bring the tail to the outside. That's a bit bumpy. I'm gonna bring that throttle back a little bit. And I'm aiming for midfield. I'm going to midfield crossover. And Rio Linda Airport is just on the other side of
traffic,
McClellan. So I'm not going to do a teardrop or right teardrop entry just because that other airport's there and I don't want to get their space. So I'm just going to do a midfield downwind entry.
And Columbia traffic, 2 Delta Delta is right, downwind 17, number 2, Columbia.
McClellan traffic, Cessna 6280 Foxtrot, 6 miles out to the northeast, inbound McClellan. And so these are pretty good winds, so we're going to come in and we're going to do the ILS into McClellan. We're going to have a pretty good tailwind, okay? Yep. So we got to be ready for that. Typically, we won't be shooting approach with 20 degrees of tailwind, unless that's might be the only approach into the airport. So yeah, we got to get below the weather and circle. We're still on the rusty pilot, so I'm going to remind myself not to talk about that, but just giving you a brief. All right, so we're looking for 1,500 feet. We got midfield, kind of right by that control tower. And the winds are from the north, so I'm actually turning a little bit more north-ish bound so we get a good ground track. And we track in a straight line. We are going to fly right over my brother and sister-in-law's house.
Nice. We'll be right over my house on final.
Oh, really?
Really, really. Well, actually, I'm more of like a 5-mile final, so.
Okay, we won't be going that wide.
Yeah, so probably not.
We'll overfly it maybe on the departure. Do we still have a light up there?
We do.
All right. Good.
Traffic Myers 239 bikes, clear the runway, McClellan.
There's the McClellan Museum. Right down there.
Yep.
McClellan traffic, Cessna 6280 Foxtrot, 1 mile to the east. We'll be crossing over midfield 1,500 to enter the left downwind runway 34, McClellan.
Columbia traffic, 2 Delta Delta, right, base 1.
Really got to make sure we don't get above 16. That's where that Charlie shelf is. There's midfield. I see a guy on that taxiway. Looks like a RV of some sort. Throttle's 15. I'm going to turn that carb heat on. Get down to altitude. Now, when we turn downwind, we should get a good wind from the downwind, right? Winds are from the north.
Yep.
So we'll expect that a bit. Yeah, there's Rio Linda Airport. You can see there's actually someone right there in the traffic. He's taking off.
Oh, yep.
McClellan traffic, Cessna 628 Foxtrot, left downwind 34. All right. tight. All right, we're approaching 1,200 feet, and then it'll be a right turn climbing 2,200. All right.
400 till established, clear to the RNAV 22 left approach.
NorCal Cessna 6280 Foxtrot is misapproach at McClellan 1,400. Looking for the RNAV 7 into Auburn with a procedure turn and full stop.
6280 Foxtrot, NorCal approach, roger, radar contact. You want to do a procedure turn at Sitsu?
Affirm, sir.
80 Foxtrot, proceed to Auburn as requested, and how will the approach terminate?
Proceed as requested to be a full stop. Can I get a initial vector for Sitsu?
And my southwest 4159 approach 123.7.
I'll be somewhere around north. So until he gets that.
Foxtrot, just heading 360 for Sitsu.
All right, 360. Then we'll go direct Sitsu, sir, Foxtrot.
Affirmative.
Plan menu.
1432, 1,500.
Delete flight plan.
At a 1432 departure. Radar contact, main altitude, maintain 5,000.
Maintain 5,000.
And we're going to climb all the way up to 3,000 feet.
120.65.
12065, 90 Romeo, November.
Copy, Foxtrot, advise when you get the Auburn weather.
1,500.
We'll advise with the weather 8 Foxtrot.
66 Quebec, NorCal approach, verify
Alright, select approach.
6,500.
We're going to go Sitsu. We're going to go ahead and activate it. Alright, so we're Sitsu, hold. Okay. Then Yadfi, runway 7. Okay, so flight plan makes sense. We're currently 002. 002 set. I'm going to adjust to this map. I like having the CDI indicator right there. Okay, we're 2,700, climbing 3,000. Alright, just to confirm anything, RNAV 7, circle. We probably won't land on, we probably won't do the circle just because of the winds.
Okay.
But we'll find out. If the winds are pretty variable, then we'll circle just to get that extra checkbox. But if it's winds aren't favoring 7 or 25, then we won't.
So the 1432 traffic will pass off your right, no factor, climb, maintain 9,000.
Climb, maintain 9,000 at 1432.
Alright, we're level on off, power set. Nice thing to know, we have about 10 minutes till Sitsu, so we have some time to get ready. Okay, let the airplane get settled up.
Copy, Foxtrot, contact approach 125.4.
125.4, it's your Foxtrot.
Number 00, Papa traffic, no factor, resume on navigation on course.
On nav, on course, Sierra Papa, thanks.
And it's just wanting to keep on.
70 miles for radar contact, the Sacramento altimeter is 3017, say altitude.
Altitude is 3,000, 917 Lima Alpha, altimeter 3017.
Yukon 1, descend and maintain. And it's going to maintain 2,800.
Go ahead and get the winds.
Runway 07, track 070.
Yukon 1 is 6 miles from the final approach 6, maintain, or flighting 300, maintain 2,800 till established, clear the ILS runway 33. Yukon 1300, 2,800 till established, cleared ILS.
Automated weather observation 2203 Zulu.
Number 00, Papa connect approach 125.25.
At 8 knots, peak gust 13 knots. Wind
November 7 Lima Alpha, traffic 12 o'clock and 6 miles.
20.
Possibly maneuvering altitude indicates 2,400.
Sky condition clear.
Looking for traffic, 917 Lima Alpha.
Temperature 15 Celsius. Dew point -8 Celsius. Altimeter 3014. Inches of mercury.
2012 Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Squawk VFR, check it 012.
Yukon 1, contact Beale Tower.
NorCal Cessna 620 Foxtrot 3000. We have the 1-minute weather at Auburn and looking for the procedure turn at Sitsu.
Yukon 1, Violeta Sierra, wind 31014, visibility 10 miles, altimeter 3016, contact Beale Tower 284.75. November 6280 Foxtrot, NorCal approach, was that you checking on?
Hey, firm, we're at 3000 and we have the 1-minute weather at Auburn looking for the procedure turn at Sitsu.
Memory 0 Foxtrot, Roger. Report established inbound.
Report established inbound on the approach, Cessna 6280 Foxtrot. Alright, so we're on our way there. We're going to do our wire tab like we did before. Weather, we got it. Winds are 340. They're very variable. They're pretty much a direct crosswind. Looks like if they are 310, they're actually favoring 25. So we'll see what people are using there. That way we can play along. And then we'll go in. If it's going to be a crosswind, we'll just circle land 25 and do our full stop there. Okay. Radios are set. We have, there's our WI. I is for instruments. We have the approach course not set up yet. We'll get that when we start inbound, but we are in GPS mode and terminal mode. We're looking for that approach mode enunciation. Should be close to our final approach fix. Okay. And we are in GPS mode. Our radios, we're on 125.4 for the approach and then 122.7 for the CTAF. We don't need a timer on this approach. Altitudes, we're going to maintain 3,000 at Sitsu and Yadfi. Yadfi, we can go below 3,000 feet. And then we'll go down to the circling minimums of 2,200 feet. Okay? We're going to do a little bit of the dive and drive, so we're going to drop down, and then once we get down to 2,200 feet, we'll bring the power back up, we'll level off, and then we'll circle to the south end of the runway and land on 25.
Roger.
Roger, 917 Lima Alpha.
This approach procedure will be straight ahead 5,000 feet to Apathy, with a left turn 310, tracking 311 to Yakuja, to track the 289 to Margo, and hold. Looks like the hold will be a direct entry at Margo. For the procedure turn in Sitsu, looks like we're going to be doing that direct entry. Now it looks like it'll probably be a little bit of a tight turn, so we'll be gracious with ourselves on the turnaround, and if we have to correct in to track well, then we'll do that. What we don't want to do is we don't want to bank aggressively to try and maintain it. Okay, we're going to just keep everything standard rate or less as we go through the turn. Correct, we have all day, okay? Marcida indicates a little bit off to the right, so I'm going to change my heading, about a 010. And after I roll out, I'm going to, we should verify that the HSI and the compass are matched up, looking appropriate. 100, looks good. 010, all right, looks good. All right, wire tap done. All right, let's make sure videos are doing good. We still going?
Still going.
All right. We got one flash light. Cheers.
017.
1203017. Verify you said 12000.
07 Delta, affirmative. 12,000.
Roger, 12,000.
All right, that CDS coming back in. We'll go back to our northbound heading, maintaining 3,000. You good on temperature?
I'm good.
All right. Want it hotter, colder?
I'm all good for now.
All right, do you need a beverage?
I would love a beverage.
I didn't bring any.
Yukon 1, NorCal departure, radar contact.
We're 6 miles from Sitsu, which means we should be getting near Lincoln. I'm going to guess that's what this traffic is for.
Yep. I got him in
Yukon
sight.
1, clear at Klamath Falls.
Looking for him.
Okay.
Time to maintain flight level 180.
Let me know if I need to pick up the wing for you. He is in the same direction that we're going.
Yeah. Lift the wing real quick, maybe. No joy.
Okay. So I'm going to track a little bit more north-ish.
Okay.
That way we're a little bit separated a little bit more, and then when we get closer, then I'll make my turn direct Sitsu just for traffic purposes. NorCal 80 Foxtrot, are you talking to the traffic that is about at 3 o'clock and 500 feet above?
30 Foxtrot, I am not talking to that aircraft, but they've been
Got
pretty
him
low
in sight.
while I've been watching them.
Roger that, thank you. You say same?
Yep.
We have that traffic in sight, 80 Foxtrot.
30 Foxtrot, roger.
NorCal approach, Cougar 84, level 9,500.
Cougar 84, NorCal approach, talk on altimeter 3017.
3017, Cougar 84.
Yukon 1, connect Oakland Center 350.3.
Alright, just for additional time hack, it's 210.
210.
New direct to Sitsu course. Still got that guy?
Yep.
Like, what is he?
About 3 o'clock highway.
Or the Cessna type?
He-
Gotcha.
Gonna pass behind us now.
Okay.
Seven, 6-3 Quebec checking in.
Alright, 1 mile to Sitsu. And this is a DME hold, okay, so we're going to go to that 4 nautical mile outbound before we do that turn inbound, okay?
Okay.
And that's going to be about a 248 heading with the winds to the north, so maybe about a 250-258 heading, 10 degrees to intercept. And we're going to be at our hold speed 3 minutes before the hold entry, so we're good there. Hold direct. We're going to start that right turn. Do that 248. Standard right turn, nothing superhero.
November 7th, 6-3 Quebec checking in. How copy this?
We are patient.
Number
Standard rate, coordinated, 3,000 feet. Looking good. Just for giggles, I'm going to put 248 on here so it reminds me where I'm going. And the airplane's going to be a little wonky going from headwind to tailwind to crosswind. Alright, looks like that other airplane's at the same altitude.
I got him in sight.
Okay. Alright, if we, looks like he's descending. If we get too close, then we'll start the turn inbound.
Alright.
To Sitsu a little early just because of traffic.
Yep.
A little bit of a bubble. We'll get back down to 3,000 feet. Maybe he's descending for Lincoln.
Yeah. We're on at 6 o'clock right now.
Okay.
He's descending. Still got him in sight.
NorCal approach, Seven Air 5673 kilos, level 6,500.
Number 5673 kilo, NorCal approach, Sacramento International altimeter 3018.
3018, 73 kilo.
Alright, we're 2 miles away. We're going 120, so that's a 2 mile per minute. is the camera good on your side?
No.
Oh, shit.
Good afternoon, NorCal.
Alright, so that just happened.
Out of
So let's get that charging.
4,000 Alpha.
And then we're going to do a new time hack.
Expect visual approach runway 35 left.
Check Microsoft 2346.
Alright, we're doing a standard return for Sitsu.
235.
Alright.
And in scene.
Scene. There you go.
Alright, I will text him.
That made you work, man.
Let me text.
What's up?
This guy's real. It really is another Patrick.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a kid that used to come out here and fly when he's like 12 years old, about 3 years old.
Patrick the super student?
Yeah. And about 3 years ago, last time I flew with him.
Yeah.
And we just thought John was losing it and submit O'Connor.
Oh.
He's for real. So
Oh, okay.
You're scrubbed, man.
All right, that's all right. Well, here, I'll cancel my flight plan then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
All right, well, I mean, we'll figure something else out. Have fun, though.
Yeah, I should be around the next few days. I don't know. Well, you're going. Well, you're not leaving for Alaska for a few days, right?
Right. Maybe we can figure something out, like, late afternoon.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I could.
Just heads up, we had the GoPro
Okay.
go out
Yeah, sure.
while we were in the hold.
Yeah.
All
right, sounds good.
So for the last part of the approach, we tried it